feel like rain in the morning.
Today is going to be a love reading. I hope that you're doing well. My space is cleaned, prayed up on. That smells so good. I've got my frankincense and myrrh. But it is a love reading. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. This is the card. Oh, wow. Look at that. Commitment and dating. Love it. Can I move this up a bit? If I do that. No, I'm going to need to do this. There. Can you see that nicely? Good. Commitment and dating. Okay. I really like this. This is making me smile. I don't know why. This is going to be about your journey, and I know it's dating and then commitment, but something is telling me that you're already committed in the stars. You were committed before you came here. Oh, something look at the bottom of the deck. Distorted masculine. This needs to come out. That needs to come out. This is essentially the story. You were committed before you got here. You met on the earthly plane, and things have changed. But there's going to be a beautiful ending. There's going to be a beautiful ending. Okay, so I like to go to the book because it gives numbers, and I like to link the numbers back to the major arcana commitment. CO. Number 4. So 4 is the Emperor. 4 is stability. 4 is strength. 4 is balance. 4 is shared responsibility. 4 is showing up equally. 4 is partnership to me, right? It's not just 2. You got 2 2s. It's a doubling down of. Let me just see what the number is for dating. Dating is what, 8? Isn't that interesting? Because I already said 2 is the doubling down, and it's the 4. And then you've got doubling down, because dating is 8. That's interesting. And if we look at the distorted masculine, that is number 10. And 10 is the wheel of fortune. 10 is shifting. 10 is things go up, things go down. 10 is sometimes creating your own luck. 10 can be bad luck, but I don't even know if I want to really use the word luck, because if it is true that we are the result of our choices, then this 10, this wheel of fortune, is a result of some of the choices that we've made, for sure. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing take another card. So I'm going to go like that, and then like that, and then like this. And this is the outcome card. Can I get the outcome card for reparenting yourself? And so when I see this card, I think of this being self-love and that inner child. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. So what's come to me is, like, we always talk about like the feminine, masculine, light, shadow, and inner child. And when I look at these cards, to me, this is the masculine, the feminine. This distorted masculine is the shadow self. It could be a distorted feminine, but there's a distortion in the way in which we see ourselves, in the stories that we tell ourselves, in the way that we relate to the world, in the way in which other people see us and relate to us. And then here is the inner child, and this would be the light, and that would be the child. Do you see that? So we've got 5 here, 5, let's call it pieces of ourselves, if you will. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. And so what's the reparenting? What number is reparenting? QRS. Reparenting is number 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is chariot. Moving forward. Chariot being opposing, let's say opposing energies, if you will. Getting them to coexist, commingle, work together, teamwork to move forward in the direction that they need to. I love this because the goal here is for all of yourselves to be committed to move your masculine, feminine, shadow self, light, and inner child together in the direction that one more. Okay. Honestly, when I come to the table, it's giving me 2. I don't know what to expect. Look at that. Holy shit. Soulmates and creativity. I'm going to like kind of read this as one card, but this is an opportunity for you to walk back through the portal. And look at the 2 of you. Transformed, lots of green heart chakra. Wow. Okay. So now we got to move a little bit more over. Maybe over a bit more. Are you still on camera? Yeah, you can still see that. So dating and the distorted masculine. And then there's the reparenting yourself. And then honestly, this soulmates card is so beautifully reflective of the initial commitment that the 2 of you made. Wow. And then this, I feel like the reparenting and the soulmates is connected by the creativity and seeing things in a different way, different perspective, looking at things anew, which helps you then view your soulmate anew, view yourself anew, see who you are, right? Loving yourself, caring for yourself in the way in which you need it, in the way in which you wish you had been. And healing this allows you to open up to creativity, new ideas, and to bring in your soulmate, which first and foremost is yourself, and then your person. Okay, we're going to do it like that. I'm just going to keep checking to make sure everything is in frame for you. I'm doing something new. I got, I think, can I go like that? No, maybe I should move back a bit. Sorry, people. Just want to get this right and get everything in the frame. Okay. This is already very lovely. I did not know what to expect. I tell you, when I come to the table, I have no preconceived notions and I allow myself to be led. And this is so special, so pure. What's this on backwards? 1 sec. Bobo? I don't know if you can hear me. Bo?
Yes, Mom?
Can you do me a favor and bring me the Florida water that's on the table?
Give you the what?
On the table, there's a bottle. It says Florida water. Please bring it. Bring the Florida water on the table, please. Okay, Google. Oh, I don't have it logged in. Sorry, folks. 1 second. Yeah. Thank you so much. Mercy.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Your reading. This reading, I just want to make sure that, you know, that I'm honoring this space and this message that's about to come out. Wow. Okay. Your connection was destined. It was written in the book of life. It was formed before the formation of earth. I want you to see this. In this card are a number of lotus flowers. There's 9 of them. 9 lotus flowers. And lotus flowers are said to flourish in murky, dark, heavy waters. And it is from that where they gain their strength, their beauty from the difficulty. This union has been divinely guided, and you're being overseen and looked upon by the heavenlies. It is in the ethers. This connection has so much emotion and has caused you to be so expansive. Oh. It has forced you to become expansive because of the trials that you've been through. This card is warm. Wow. There was so much passion and heat. Oh, I've never had a card feel this warm before. And there's a love, there's a knowing. You guys see each other, not just eye to eye physically, but your third eye sees each other. Like honestly, deeply, truly sees one another. You see the other person's distortion. You see and understand their hurts. I'm going to do something different in this reading. I'm going to give you questions or things to think about as we go along the way. That may help some things unfold and open for you, like a lotus, just to blossom in this reading. All right, so I think I said, you know what, instead of me trying to remember. So number 4, so dating. Dating was 4. No, that's wrong. Oh, no. Sorry, let me start over. Forgive me, people. Commitment was 2. Dating was 4. Distorted was 10, which is the wheel. Commitment is 4, which is the emperor. Dating was 8, which is strength. Did I say? I hope I didn't call it. Yeah, dating is 8. 10 is the distorted masculine. Reparenting was 25, which is 7. That's why I said the chariot. Okay. Creativity is 7. Look at that. That's so interesting. Remember earlier I said that the creativity is linked to the... Creativity is 7. And then soulmates, QRS. Soulmates, look at that, 33, a master number. Soulmates is 33, which turns out to be 6, which is lovers. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. I will be going to the book because I feel that this message here is specifically guided, perfectly guided, and I don't want to miss anything. I don't understand how this is unfolding this way. I don't understand why I'm being told to do the numbers and do it this way. I don't, but I am going to be obedient to it. So, commitment, which is the first card, is number 4, which is the Emperor. Dating is 8 for strength. The distorted male is the wheel, 4 wheel of fortune. We're also going to call that, so, and also that distortion is shadow. And then the reparenting is child. It's child, and it could be child and light, or creativity could be light. Either way. All of this for you to circle back. Do you understand? Or circle forward. Let's not circle back. We're not circling back. We're circling forward. So you're transversing from commitment, predestined, to dating, to the shadow, to reparenting yourself as a child, to bringing in the light, and to coming back to the commitment that you have to one another. Ooh. I'm going to put this here. I don't know if you could see that, if that would be helpful to you. All right. So here we go. I actually have to pause. I have laundry going, so I'll pause in a bit. I was about to say I'm sorry that the reading hasn't taken off right away, but you know what? Maybe this message isn't for everybody. And for those of you who have what it takes to stick it through, because that's what this is. This is about commitment. Like, this reading is reflective of some of the things that you've gone through, meaning you expect it to go a certain way. It's taking longer than you want it to. You kind of want to just get to the point. You want to reach the outcome. This reading is reflective of the energy of the cards, which is reflective of the journey that you've had. So this reading is only for those who are willing to go through all of this to get to the good. And if you're not, you're not. No problem. But for those of you who are, wow to you. Wow. Wow. I'm just sitting here on the other side of this camera looking at these cards, knowing how I came into the reading. Oh. I think we're done with. See, and I told you that the distorted masculine is just going to be reflective of the shadow. And look who's at the bottom. Distorted feminine. So again, these two go together, be it feminine, masculine, right? And we're going to speak to those. And that's amazing. Again, what is going on? Okay. Commitment, you've got 2. Dating, you've got 2. Here, you kind of branch off, right? Because your distorted self starts showing up, your self-doubt, your experiences, your perception of the world, your self-worth, your priorities, all of that stemming from childhood, the majority of it, right? And childhood doesn't necessarily mean as you're a child, but the experiences that you've had up until now, how they're shaping you, right? And by taking the time to focus inward, to hermit yourself, to give yourself love and understanding and grace and patience and mercy and forgiveness and acceptance, it then opens the door, the portal, and makes a way for you to move forward, to reconnect, whole, healthy, healing. And I don't know that you ever finish healing, right? Because healing is not linear. Okay, I'm there, I'm done. Healing is circular. And sometimes you elevate upwards as you're healing, and sometimes you have to elevate downwards and you elevate back. You understand? It's a continuous journey. It's not a, okay, I'm done with that. No. And because you have come together in that manner, there you go. Be it soulmates, twin flames, however you want to read this card, there you go. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, 7. Chariot. Moving forward. Moving forward. Oh, I love this. 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 Gosh, I think I could just keep, going like this through the deck. Oh, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Like this right here is a very, 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 very good base. So, oh, I need a drink. Let's get into your story. Sorry, I got all this water I gotta drink. So where am I for the day? And no, I did not start at the top because it's only, what time is it? It's 11:52. All right, commitment. Let us talk about give me a second. I'm just listening for direction. I'm listening for how I need to read or what I need to touch next. I'm being told to get my archetypes deck. So I'm gonna go get that. Listen, people, we are going in today. We are going in. We are going in. We are going in. Oh, oh yeah, we're doing it. Oh, where can I put this? Let's put that there. Woo! This is gonna be a read. I can feel it. 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 All right. I'm gonna pause. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna edit this out. I gotta go get the laundry and I'll be back. Ooh. Your clothes are ready to go? Sound, you can't lay down all day. This, you know, this is not okay. It's not okay. All right, I am back. Let's plug this in. Oh, that's why, because the light is on. Is there a way to turn this light off? Anyway. Okay. So let us take a moment and delve into the commitment card. We're going to bring that front and center. Okay. Can you see that nicely? Okay. We're going to come to the archetypes maybe in a bit, so I'll leave that down there. This will be what I'll be using for part of the closing. I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot here. I'm going to probably be more heavily weighted on Oracle for overall theme, energy, more specific messages, because this to me is a very clear message, especially the way in which the cards came out. And I don't want to miss anything that will be valuable to you. Okay. So we're just going to highlight what is important in the text. So it says here, a healthy commitment is the unshakable bedrock of a loving, secure relationship. That tells you already the purpose of your union is to create a healthy commitment that is unshakable. And how do we know if something is unshakable? Because it needs to be tested. There you go. When you see initially in your, call it human eye, with your human eye, the behavior of the masculine that is off-putting, right? And I'm not talking about horrible things like domestic violence, although those things do show up in the distorted masculine and feminine, right? But until our eyes are open, until we recall the purpose of the union, until we start working on ourselves and doing our own parenting and gaining a deeper understanding of the light and shadow aspects within ourselves and the energetic female and masculine connection within and without, we might not see the depth and breadth of the distortion in the other person and its purpose. I did a reading not that long ago called I think it was the gift of triangulation, where you're in a relationship where you're being triangulated. Nobody likes that. But you learn about yourself. You gain insight about who you are and what you'll accept and what you won't accept, and being clear about perhaps what your self-worth is, and how you show up in the world, and what your perspectives are, and how you may have been skewed in the way in which you see things, how you may have manifested things into your life that you didn't really want, that you weren't trying to bring about, all of that, right? Let me see if I can come in a bit more, because it seems kind of far for where we are. The more table I need, I will adjust accordingly, okay? But I want you to be able to see the cards as best as possible. I like this. I got a new, oh, it's a bit crooked. There we go. I got a new tripod. Listen, I'm gonna edit this because I have to edit at the time that I went to the laundry room and such, but we are at 44:44 right now. This reading, whew. Sorry, I'm having Jello behind the scenes, if you're wondering what all that slurping is. How do I turn off this light though? It's just gonna chew up my battery. I don't know how. Anyways, this commitment, the whole purpose is to create an unshakable foundation. We do not know if a foundation is unshakable unless it is tested. And so you are going through all these tests with yourself, with your partner, in order to create a bedrock so that a secure foundation can exist and thrive. Do you get that? Do you get that? Sorry, 4 secure bedrock, strong foundation, loving relationship. I'm making notes as we go. So it says here, when you truly commit to being in a loving relationship, you actually create another living entity, because there is you, there is your person, and then there's that thing that you create together. Do you get that? There's you, your partner, and the relationship. And this card, this creativity card, I believe this is an energy that's going to travel throughout all the cards as we do this reading. Throughout all of the cards. It says here that these elements, being yourself, your partner, will need ongoing love, attention, and nurturing. I don't know where this reading is coming from. My God. This is, wow. It says here that you need to consider what you're committing yourself to. And you have to understand who it is you are committing yourself to in the process. Not the idea of somebody, not what you think, they should be, could be, potential, but who they are right now. Because when you first meet somebody, right? Sorry, I gotta reach like this. When you first meet somebody, they're on their best behavior. They're showing up, they're bringing flowers, they're calling, they're saying the loving words, they're touching you the right way, they're giving you the time and attention you need. Everything is fresh and new and beautiful and exquisite and unfolding and rapturous and seductive. Tantalizing, overwhelming. You're drowning in it. You're drowning in it, and it's beautiful. It's delightful. It is delectable, that soulmate energy, that intermingling, that intertwining, that everything is new and the world is at your doorstep and anything and everything is possible. And it brings you to the highest of highs. You're soaring. You are elevated. You are expansive. When you make love, it is as if you are floating and the two of you combined are larger than the universe. That's how big and magnificent your love is. That is how wildly capable and competent and fierce and noble and courageous that connection makes you feel. And as beautiful as it is, as gorgeous as it is, as inviting and as tasty as it is, it also causes fear from past experiences to arise, which then cause us to bring out our distortions. It causes us to delve into the canals of our mind, into the recesses of our heart, where those old hurts and continuing, bubbling, oozing wounds reside. Where the sun is shining. Look at this, even in the depths of your distortion, the sun is shining. I almost want to say the sun is twofold in either scenario, whether you are a masculine or feminine embodiment. The sun is powerful. We just went through, not too long ago, Sirius being close to the earth, and that's supposed to be the energy that looks after the souls, but the sun takes care of life here on earth. The sun feeds the plant, it helps with vegetation, it gives us our vitamin D, it helps to provide a source of electricity and energy and power and illumination. And the same way it does all those beautiful things and illuminates those things, it also illuminates in us our self-hatred, our backwards priorities, our selfishness, our addictions, alcohol, drugs, porn, sex, shopping, lying, it causes us in some ways to see who we are, which is distorted from the way in which we see ourselves. You understand? And I'm not saying that this distortion is necessarily negative, because you could be thinking amazing things about yourself, and that could be the distortion, that you're not that amazing, that you're not that wonderful, that you're not that loving, that you're not that caring, that you're a selfish prick or you're a selfish bitch. That could actually be your truth. We go around thinking that everyone is wonderful and light, or we're all bad and we only have to have light. You actually need both. You need both. Oftentimes, I've had to rethink this, you know. Oftentimes we think, okay, well, you know, I'm supposed to be good and I'm good and everything's supposed to be good. No, it's balance. And there's times when your light will lead and there's times when your shadow will lead. And the thing is, you need to know the difference. You need to know when it's applicable and when it is not. If you look at this, I never noticed this before. And for me as a spiritualist, I don't often go through every deck. I know they say when you get a deck, you should go through and look at all the cards. I don't do that. I like to be surprised by the imagery. And if you notice, in a way, in this distortion, in the pit of who they are themselves, can you see that? Can I go in any further? I don't know. Let me see. Let me play with something here. Oh my gosh, I really do love this new little tripod situation. Hold on, let me fix this. And if I go out more, can this go down more? Oh yeah, it can. Look at this. Let's go down lower. Can we go lower? Yeah, wow. This is great. This is great. You can see, I'll even come forward because I don't want you to miss this. I can't come too forward because I'm gonna miss the bottom. Where's my little sparkly pointer thing? Here we go. My pretty pen. The sun is shining in both situations. They both have their hands, either that they're holding it up to shield them from the illumination, the brightness of the sun, which is also here. Either way you look at it, the sun is here to help. You understand me? The sun is here to illuminate your path and to show you the way. The sun is here to serve as a reminder that there is greater and bigger and better waiting for you. The sun is here to show you what you may not be seeing properly. I also want to say, in Western culture, the sun is considered masculine and the moon is feminine, but in other cultures, the sun is actually the feminine energy and the moon is the masculine energy. Right? When I look at this and I look at the difference in the cards, even the hues in the cards, this is a darker card, this is the moon, this is what is hidden. She's in a, is this what you would call is it conch or conch shell? She's wrapped up in a shell. She's, I would say, under the earth, in the water, deep, deep, deep in her emotions. This to me here is insight, revelation, spirit in communication with. This is also the feminine learning to be in alignment. I also, when I see their hands up, it's also like they're asking for help because you're now in a place where you're realizing the distortion. If we look at the environment of the masculine, there's money, there's a snake, there's war, there's finances, there's material wealth, there's the issue of time, trading time for money. I'm not sure what this thing is. I can't tell what that is. Maybe you can. I cannot tell. I don't know. I don't think that's a helmet. I have no idea what that is. And either way, whether you're in the murky waters or you're in a cloudy situation, the hand of God can still reach you, still help you. The divine is still ever present. Because don't forget, this union here is predestined. Predestined. It is in the stars that you each would have your lotus flower moments, both together and separated. But it is also these lotus moments that have helped to create that third thing which we spoke about, which is the relationship. And so these lotus moments, these difficulties, these trials, these challenges, these queries, these hurts, these pains, the confusion of it all was meant to help you go deeper. For you to see yourself, for you to see your other person, to see yourself in that person, or to see things in you that you wish you had that are in them that you don't have, or the things in them that you don't like that are in you that you don't want. You understand? It's so multi-layered. There are so many facets to this thing. So many facets. Let me go back. We're at a... It says here that being in a commitment can be a prison or it can be a key to freedom and for great personal growth. And I would encourage you to look at your commitment exactly as that, a key to personal growth, a key to a secure and loving foundation, a relationship within yourself first. The relationship sometimes can be draining, tiring, exhaustive. Negatively codependent. I don't think there's anything wrong with the word codependency itself, because we are dependent on one another. We are co-creating, we are cooperating. That's how I see the word. It's when the attachments turn left, when they are not right, when there is a unhealthy weight placed upon someone else to make you happy, a sense that they owe you. It says here that it's important that even when you're in a relationship that you need to commit to your own health and well-being, and that's important. And that's why, where is it? Oh. That's why the reparenting is important. That's why pouring that love in on yourself is important. And to do it before, not when the person shows up, but before they show up. Let's talk about some of what you may have experienced, because we move from the commitment to now your representative showing up and you're dating, right? This is the dating part, where you're dating. Let me do it this way. You've moved from the commitment piece to now dating, right? There's an offer here. There's abundance. There's a lot of green, a lot of heart chakra, a lot of heartfelt emotion. An opportunity to come out from behind the veil and not be, and actually express yourself. You're secure enough in yourself so that you can express yourself and communicate. Although still she's guarded, right? Still there is, for lack of a better word, let's just say a wall, a bit of a barrier still. It is during this phase where we are infatuated and enamored with one another. It is in this phase where we are so awestruck that they are awestruck by us. And we are also awestruck about how awestruck we are about them, how they make us feel. You can see there's a song by Mint Condition. I'm gonna write that down. I can see forever in your eyes. Woo! Mint Condition. What did I say that at? We're gonna say I said that at what, a minute? Oh, yeah. Because I have to edit this, so if I say that, it's not gonna be right. Okay, I'm gonna put my music in and everything, all my stuff before I chop at the middle. So we're just gonna say it was 104. I'll know to go back to their Mint Condition. Forever in your eyes. It came unannounced. The feeling I feel for you. I had to know, is that what you felt too? Not from your words, but the way that you looked at me told me. Whoa. And I'm not a singer. It came unannounced. The feeling I feel for you. I had to know. Was it what you felt too? Not from your words, but the way that you looked at me told me just, I can't do this part. How much you really care. So don't you try to hide your feelings, 'cause it's so very plain to see. I can see forever in your eyes. Oh, and what's the next part? Is it let your heart faithfully guide you to love, eternity. Ooh! Oh my gosh, that is the title of this song. Of this reading. I can see forever in your eyes. Amen to that. Amen. I am pronouncing a blessing on every single one of you that have made it this far. Oh, God, I ask for their healing and renewed spirit, a renewed way of seeing the world, a new way to interact with themselves. I pray that the shackles that kept them still, that kept them believing an old story, an inaccurate story, a displeasing story, a story of defeat and loneliness and emptiness and despair, is now removed. Remove it from them. Heal them, help them. Give them new shoes upon their feet, because there's a new path that they're going to walk today. Thank you so much, God. I can see forever in your eyes. This song is actually, as much as it is, could be a song about dating and what goes on between a man and a woman. This is a love song from the divine to you. And from you to the divine. And it is a song that each of your inner parts are singing to one another. Wow. Wow. It says here, number 8, and 8 is strength. Talks about the getting to know you period, and that this time together is invaluable. You know, I have never, like, there's these apps, like I did for a brief moment, I gotta tell you, tried online dating. Ugh. I was not there long because one, I didn't really want my face all over the place. Two, I'm like, I don't really want to meet people like this. I want to see them in their element because I'll get so much more from watching them and being in their presence and feeling that vibration than I would by, you know, the fake crap that people post. Anyway, a lot of people were interested, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. I just couldn't. I hear there are things like Plenty of Fish. I guess that's a hookup app. Maybe there's a lot more stuff. I really don't know about it. I just know, why am I telling you this? That the way in which we connect has changed. Like, look how I'm interacting with you right now. Through the ethers, through the internet, via a piece of technology. For all you know, I could be a scoundrel. You don't know that. You just know whatever I put on the screen, whatever I present. Now, you're going to gauge who I am, and you should, by the way. Utilize your discernment, your third eye, the feeling that you get from me, the tone of my voice, the way in which I speak. All of that can connect and identify and show you a bit more about who I am. But some people are master manipulators, and you'll never get that from that online presence. That time to have a courtship and spend time together. And I don't mean Netflix and chill, okay? I mean going for a walk. I mean hiking. I mean volunteering. I mean going to the movies. I mean cooking a meal together. I mean running errands together. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you start to get to know the nitty-gritty of a person. Not all the puffed up stuff, right? Dating led to something, where the intention was to lead to a long-term commitment, to family, building a life. Now it seems like it's I'm not sure which one. I heard that you either swipe to the right or you swipe to the left. One of them is like, yeah, you like the person. The other side is, no, you don't. I don't know what app that is. You deliberately spent time together. It was intentional. It was intentional. It was methodical. It was purposeful. And I feel that the person that I'm reading for had that, right? They had that. I think this is also a call for some of you to revisit your criteria when dating. It cannot be, I mean, it could be, but has it served you? He's got to be this tall, this cute, have this much meat in his pants. Like, okay, the last part is important. I can't lie. But there's more to it than that. Can you connect with them? Do they raise you? Do they challenge you in the appropriate ways to assist with your expansion? Do they make you smarter? Do they make you better? Right? And I feel like the person that I'm reading for has that with their person. things were so beautiful and loving and genuine that while excited by it, it also made you nervous. It also made you nervous. A lot of times today, people don't show up as who they are. They hide portions of themselves because they are still feeling a level of insecurity in who they are. They get scared. They're fearful. Right? Let's spend some time talking about the distorted masculine. So this is the shadow self, okay? Right, we talked about that shadow self, like the distorted masculine being the wheel of fortune, right? Creating your own luck, sometimes destiny, the wheel is turning. And then the distorted feminine, is the number 9. And the 9 has to do with hermit, which actually makes sense, right? Because she's essentially alone in this photo, right? There in the sea by herself. I don't know, maybe those are a few eyes looking, watching and paying attention what's going on there. She's cocooned, secluded. Right? Let us start with the masculine. The masculine, for the most part, tends to ignore their feelings. Tends to not communicate how they feel romantically. Very capable of boasting or displaying anger, right? But to get to those deeper parts, those deeper elements within themselves, they are not generally doing that. On some level, they've been trained not to, that to express emotion and love and caring and tenderness makes you a beta male, or it's not masculine. It's not what men do. If you're a man watching this, I will tell you, women appreciate a guy they can talk to now. We should not be talking to them as if they're our girlfriends. That's not their purpose, right? You should not be expecting your masculine to be your best friend, feminine, like you would with a girl. They can be your best friend. It's on a different level, in a different way, in a different capacity. And you need to understand that. Okay? The masculine is also very, what's the word? Like logical. Everything has to make sense, scientific in their approach. If not A, then B, and A plus B takes you to see, like very legalistic or rational. Not really making space for the spiritual component in the way in which the feminine does, has, and will. And that also goes to helping you understand that the sacred union, the coming together of soulmates, is because the feminine is dealing with the spiritual aspect. The masculine is dealing with the earthly aspect. At some point in time, they eventually change, right? Because when the feminine gets tired of being in her emotion, she turns to her masculine energy and she starts getting on about the business of her career, of self-employment, of the direction of her life, what she's going to do, the action she's going to take. And when the masculine starts waking up to himself, he falls into this center. Do you understand? They end up exchanging positions. The pendulum swings from one end to the other. But the intention is to find a balance. And by going through these situations, meaning the feminine starts in her feminine energy and then transitions to masculine, and the masculine starts in his energy and transitions to feminine, allows you to understand each other better when you finally come together. It allows you to, it allows you to expand. It allows you to expand and to create more of what you're looking for. More of what you need. It allows you to have a greater compassion for your partner. Remember, we said with the swans, there's you, there's your person, and then there's a relationship, right? And by you delving into yourself and having and experiencing your own personal distortion, and then moving to the, I don't want to say opposite energy, but the energy on the other end of the continuum, the spectrum, it allows for greater understanding. So now if you're able to understand your partner more and you understand yourself more, do you not think that that will allow you to form a stronger bedrock to have this loving relationship that you're seeking, this long-lasting commitment? Of course. Of course it does. Of course it does. It is during this time where the masculine is going and getting that eventually they come to themselves. They come to their own realization. I mean, if you look at this masculine close up, you will see that his suit is dirty, right? It's torn. It has holes. Guy's been through a lot. As a matter of fact, is that his hair? Looks like his Donald Trump hair. Could be, I don't know, could be a helmet. Because he is in war. He is warring with his own soul. He's warring internally. You see that? Not listening to their own intuition, their own inner guidance, throwing that to the side because it might not look, sound, seem, feel logical. They're running away from themselves inside their own body, running away from their own daily guided intuition, and the answers that they seek are already within them. Not listening, but getting their validation externally. Looking brave but feeling weak. Looking strong but paralyzed by fear. It's an imbalance. And situations will appear in their lives, just like we showed you with the swans and the locust flowers, that will help bring them back to themselves. They will have difficulty and challenges that will help bring them back to flourish and to grow and to learn. When we look at the distorted feminine, it's about, I think, not living in the past and looking, because we societally are taught different things. We're taught that the feminines are the nurturers, that they're to be chaste, while men are supposed to sow their wild oats. That is a lie. I'll tell you right now, that is a lie from the pit of hell. Okay? That men should be sowing their wild oats. Before it wasn't. It was that you get married in order to do these kind of things. Now that said, I'm sure a lot of those marriages weren't founded on love, but more so convenience and resources. So that's not the only thing you want in a relationship. To have those things is good. To have resources, to not have to struggle unnecessarily. Oh, that's hot. I need a candle. Check my rings. Right? But men going out and sowing their wild oats all over the place, doing what they want, as they want, when they want, is part of the reason why we have what we have today. War and destruction and selfishness and greed and planetary demise and the destruction of the earth and broken families and a lust-filled society pretending to be so pious and upstanding when they're really not. Pretending to care about people, but the gun laws are ridiculous. Pretending to love people, but you've got people in poverty while we could be doing something to help. You understand? Anyway, with the feminine energy, it can be depression, it can be neediness, and that's when men are like, you're too clingy, because we're looking to them to give us something that we are feeling that we're missing from ourselves. Sometimes women in this energy can be manipulative. Sometimes because they feel a deficit within themselves, their expectations are very high. And the masculine, already feeling distorted within his body, knows that he cannot bear the weight of that. He can't even bear the weight of himself, never mind you. So this distortion is an opportunity to look and see where your weaknesses are, but as well as to develop your strengths and to turn your weaknesses into strengths, or to give certain things up and remove yourself from them. 123. I'll be back. I have to go switch out the laundry. I wish there was a way to pause. So that's it. We only had like 4 things, I guess. This can come out. wash my hands. Oh, good. The towel. You've got the blue towel. You put it back in the bathroom. Okay, Google, set a timer for 30. I don't know.
30 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, I guess you know. Probably put this fresh towel back in the bathroom. Okay, 1:35. I'm back. Let's write that down. 1:35. Return. Okay. Okay, so we were talking about the distorted feminine. Isn't that funny? I'm just looking at both cards, right? So there's the masculine, and again, I think I might have already said this, but it's just hit me now that I've come back and looking at it from a different perspective, is that the masculine is very external, whereas the feminine is internal. And eventually, because I talked about the swapping, right? So the feminine is asking for help. Her hand is up. She's asking for help, right? She's asking for assistance. Asking, I guess, honestly, in a way, maybe both of them are asking to be seen, if you will, right? To be acknowledged. They both have their hands up. It's almost like they're waving the flag of surrender. I gotta stand up. Something's telling me to grab this deck here. Okay. All right. Oh, my candle is out. Do I have one here? Yes. Pop that back in. Get my lighter. Perfect. Okay. That is garbage. Hot. Lettuce. A bit more Florida water there. What do you want to share with me? Okay, distorted 10. Feminine was 9. That's Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. The distorted masculine I said was 10. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Distorted feminine in the book is number 9. That's Hermit. And the answer here is that once you go inside and do the excavation, once you tap into your emotions and take the appropriate action, you can help turn your, like, improve the trajectory of your life. You can help co-create something new, is the point. when you're balanced. There's something you want to tell me. Yeah, Ace of Cups. I'm really hot. Ace of Cups, because you're creating something new. Again, it's a relationship. Also, the newness is a relationship within yourself, right? If we want to make this simply an internal exercise with your feminine, your masculine energy, and you're creating newness, there's a cup that's being offered to you. There's a renewal that's being offered to you. There is healing that's being offered, right? You've asked and it's been answered. That's interesting what just fell out. Also, what fell is the Ace of Swords, because now you're able to see the truth. The way in which you combat a distortion is with love and truth in love, right? And I just finished saying that you're making something new with your feminine, masculine energy, be it externally or internally. Now there's a relationship, and here comes the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. This is celebration. This is cooperation amongst parties. Do you see that? Why does it seem blurry? Hold on. Yeah, it still seems blurry to me. Bo? Did you put in the oven? Come on. Okay. So 3 cups. Each with their own cup. The relationship cup, the masculine cup, the feminine cup, the 3 of cups. And you're able to come together in this manner because there is truth in the love. There is honesty. Truth and honesty overcome the distortion. Wow. Yeah, and then out comes the artist. And this artist, so in this deck, there's 23 cards. And this, for me, lines up with the, where is it? The creativity card, right? Because now you're co-creating internally. As above, so below, as within, so without. You're now able to create the world that you want, the type of relationship that you want, draw to you, attract to you, what it is that you're seeking, because what you are seeking, baby, is seeking you. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? He's got a sketch pad, and there's a vulnerability here because they're naked. They're willing to be seen, and they're willing to see things with a clarity. You see those angel wings? I'm not sure what to make of that on the foot, but I feel like they know when to take action. There's a castle there. I'll just call this a tree of life. Wow. And this is in the ethers. Also, when I see the artist, I'm also thinking of God. I'll tell you why. Where is it? Here. Because at the beginning of the reading, I talked to you about this being designed, that it was written in the book of life, that this is predestined. Let me put it this way. So this here is what is going on in the ethers. This here is the moon. This here is the artist, the God being, Mother God, Father God, looking down and helping to create this story, laying out the path with which you would follow. In order to get this great commitment, they are equally as committed to you. As I said, in as above, so below. And so there's an opportunity here for you to experience the depth, the level, the breadth of the commitment that Mother and Father God have for you in heaven, as they do for you down here, as they do for you on this earthly plane. And that again speaks to the Three of Cups, because remember it said there's you, your person, and then the third thing being the relationship, which then brings in the Three of Cups, because you each have something to give. And 3 cups into 1 cup, and look, it's already running over. I'm just going to say, my cup runneth over. This cup is full and running over. And look, there's an ocean beneath it. Okay. Interesting. So interesting. Forever in Your Eyes keeps playing in my head. I wish we could play the song. I wish we could. Anything else I'm thinking that needs to be said? The creativity, commitment we talked about. We talked about dating. We talked about the distorted masculine, distorted feminine. Up. Let's go here. Let's talk about this reparenting and soulmates. And so the reparenting, in all honesty, is something that I feel that we need to do for us. That said, our partner can assist in that vein. Our partner can assist us with those efforts. Our partner can come alongside and be an encourager, right? And in some ways, that's what you would want your parent to do, to encourage and to help and support. And not that your partner's your parent, but they're going to edify and uplift you in your process as well. I think that's beautiful. And for them being able to see you and to see where you are and to assist you in tending to your weakness, not in a codependent way, not in a, instead of being a woman and her man situation, it's now woman and child and you're parenting and raising him or he's trying to raise you. No, I'm not talking about that. Because that's work that you have to do. You can be as thirsty as hell. And if I'm sipping the water, you're not getting any reprieve. You're not quenching your thirst. There's some things that we actually must do for ourselves. And this reparenting is one of them. However, we can be in a community. We can love on one another and support and lift up and drink from our own cup first. Hold on a second. That's interesting. Does this mean anything? You got 3 women here. Well, the 2 on the outside have their hand in or over the cup, but the one in the middle, can you see that? But the one in the middle has her cup open. And this Ace of Cups is open as well. I also want to say that this love that you're creating is a divine love, because I already talked to you about the artist having an angel wing on his ankle. And this cup has angel wings. There's still a little bit of being guarded, is how I also read this card, right? But still celebration nonetheless, still something to be very pleased with and happy about nonetheless. Okay. Woo! Reparenting. What number was reparenting? What did I put? Okay, so it's number 25. 5 and 7 reduced to Chariot. And then the creativity card, which I've shown you before, is also a 7. There's like a double chariot, like you each have a role to play. You each have action steps that you need to take in this, right? So it's not just about, you know, being in alignment to receive the plan and enact the plan, but you each have a different role to play, and that's why the chariot is here. You each have a different path to healing, but you will heal nonetheless. You each will play out your learning and your lessons and then switch that learning so that when you come together as lovers in union, as soulmates, because this was number 33, 3 and 3 making 6, 6 is lovers in the tarot. And watch that, the Emperor, number 4, is about stability and authority. And you will come back, because remember, it's full circle. Because we started with the commitment, then dating, then the distorted masculine, feminine, right? Then the reparenting of self, which was linked to the creativity, which is the link between the reparenting and the soulmate, to come right back to commitment, which is the swans. And so those swans are lovers and decisions, and you want to make empowered, strong decisions that do what? That give you that long-lasting, enduring foundation for a committed till the end of time love. Ooh. There are some questions that I have for the divine masculine, be it the divine masculine that's watching or your inner divine masculine, okay? Do you live by your diary and do you push everything aside until your work is done? Do you ignore your intuitions or messages that you're receiving in your body? Are you afraid to feel your emotions for fear of being overwhelmed or looking weak? That's for the masculine. For the feminine, are you constantly choosing the wrong partner? Do you blame your mate for things that aren't working out in your life? Are you second guessing yourself or wondering what people think of you a little bit too much? Are you waiting for someone else to come around and figure out what it is that you need and do it for you? Do you dwell on old feelings? Of being hurt and disappointed, and you can't get past it? Those are just some prompts for you to look at. Now, it is not my intention to, upset you or send you into spiral or trigger you too much. I don't mind triggering you a little, but I don't want to trigger you into a point where you're falling into depression or you're severely questioning your self-worth. If that is the case, then I urge you to get help. And just because this video is potentially, I don't know that it is, but could be worldwide, you'll need to find some local resources, because I can't possibly come up with the resources for everybody. Okay. Okay, reparenting yourself. I said that was number 25, which reduced to the 7. And these are the action steps that you need to take in order to do so. It says here that if you free yourself from the past, you're more able to give and receive love in the present. So you're not thinking about what happened. You're not stuck on what could happen, but you're actually being very mindful, very present. Some of the hardest things to get over are things that have happened to you in your childhood or in your young adulthood. And forgiving people for what they've done to you, and you also forgiving yourself perhaps for the way in which you abandoned yourself, you didn't stand up for yourself, all of that. Can this come forward? Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Okay, I'll go back. Because I feel like we're too far and you can't see. There, I think that should be good. Yeah? Okay. Because there's things that we can change, there's things that we can't change, and we need to know the difference. And even though you can't maybe go back and change something that someone did to you, you can change your perspective about it. You can change if you carry it with you. You can change how much importance you allow it to have in your life. Right? There's some action items that you could take here as well, which is to find a quiet place. And honestly, it's really nice outside. I don't know when you get this message. Right now it's summer, right? But nonetheless, if you can't go outside, you do it inside. Get a pillow, be comfortable, put on some easy music and turn off the TV, turn off your electronics, and just go within. I want you to take some breaths. Take those breaths. And take this time to speak to your inner child. Let your inner child know how much you love them. Don't even call it inner child. Like whatever your name is, right? So for me, it's Michelle. Michelle, I love you. Michelle, I'm so proud of how you've turned out. Michelle, I know that you've gone through some difficulties, but look at how you're doing. Look at your bravery. Look at your courage. Or Michelle, I wasn't always there to protect you, and I'm sorry. I didn't know how. Right? But use all of that. Use that. I'll be back. Mm. That does taste good. Mm. Mm.
Mom.
Yeah?
I got another subscriber.
Awesome.
Your cards look so pretty here.
Yeah, it looks good, this angle.
Can I have one, please? Thank you.
There's bread on the stove.
Bread? Who made bread?
Mm.
Oh, bread.
I have to eat before I continue reading.
You could take a dress.
What for?
So I don't know.
No, I don't have dresses there. You have to go in my laundry.
Did you do it?
Do what?
Your laundry?
Mm-hmm. Now it's just piping off. All right. 2:05. Okay. So we're talking about the artist and the soulmates. And I just, as I'm sitting here, because sometimes I take time to let the cards breathe. But if you look down here at the bottom, you can see that there's like a cocoon that these butterflies have burst out of. And the butterflies are not actually insects. I'm recording.
I know, I really like this shirt.
But I'm recording.
If you can just...
No, I don't want you in my shirt. It's my good shirt. What are you doing?
Can I wear this shirt?
No, it's not a shirt. Look at it, people. And there's this connection, this love between the two of them. You can see that. Remember, it's you, them, and then up here is the new relationship that's been created. And it's been created just like the lotus flower. Where is that? It's here. Just like the lotus flower. Out of that pain and suffering and self-actualization and learning about yourself, the highs and lows, all of that stuff. It culminates with this. This is a full circle moment. But you're not on the same plane. I told you. It's a constant elevation. You're going up and up, right? That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow. Wow. And do you know what this artist means in this deck? Well, let me hold it here. It says here, that is the vessel of creation. A vessel is a cup. Like this Ace of Cups, like how all this like played out is, wow. This card signifies mankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available if you stop and set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. Listen. And so when you're crossing over from your distorted masculine into feminine and feminine into masculine, what's actually happening, or how I am, where is it? Where is it? Sorry, where's the distorted feminine card? There's the masculine. Literally, where did it go? That's the distorted masculine. Soulmates, reparenting, dating, commitment. There it is. Okay. Jeez. Jeez. right? Is that it says when it's upright, it is the visionary, the interpreter, the creation, and it's passionate. But when it's reversed, it is unstable, judgmental, restless, and greedy. Right? And so in your distortion, each of you have a level of instability, judgmentalness, is that even a word? Restlessness and greed within you. But once you're upright, once you've mastered, if you will, your distortions, because you've taken the time to reparent yourself in the way in which you need, you are now creating an environment where you're able to be a visionary because you've got that creativity. Right? And you're passionate. In a way that you would not have been before. So now, that is so beautiful. So now when you come back to one another, there is a deeper connection. It's not just the surface level dating, because you now have a deeper, better understanding. And so that when you commit, it's from a truer place. Because as soulmates, you now walk through that portal with a deeper understanding and a deeper commitment to not only yourselves, not only to God, but to one another. Holy moly. Listen, at the beginning of the reading, I told you I'm going to take out some cards and this and that and that and this. I don't even want to touch anything else in this reading. I really, really don't. Let me sit here for a minute and just make sure there isn't another message that I need to relay to you, because this one was quite something. That is something. Wow. Wow to this reading. Wow. Okay. I have my Whispers of Love deck here. Oh, I don't know. I think sometimes when you have a good thing, you shouldn't touch it. You shouldn't touch it. I just cracked the deck and look what I got when I cracked it. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted, and then demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. That's probably quite apropos for this reading. I'm not going to read them. I will take them out just as a way to acknowledge their presence. Hold on, let me go back a bit here. Okay. I've never seen these cards before either. As I told you, I don't really fiddle with my decks. This way they're in a way always fresh, and I'm surprised. Certain things, I see often. Certain decks I'm quite familiar with, but decks like these, I don't really touch them, so my energy or my experience is not all over these decks. You're getting a very, very pure reading here. And I love this. I love this for you. Hell, I love it for me. I claim it for me. I'm claiming this message. Woo! I'm claiming this message. I'm claiming this message. You better claim it too. Woo! Claim, 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 claim. Claim, 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 claim. I'm claiming this message. Oh. I'm going to have to edit this video and just take out all the space, like me getting up to eat and getting, oh, come on. Love is all around you. Look at that. And it's number 16. And 16 is the Tower. And I think that is so appropriate because we are talking about removing foundations that do not have what it takes to support the love that is coming, the love that you are creating. It doesn't have the bandwidth. It doesn't have the bindings. It doesn't have the footing. It doesn't have the cornerstone enough to support this, because love is all around you. And so there is a tearing down and a building up. And if we look here, if I'm seeing this correctly, because I feel like this is the world, and, you know, that's a couple there. These are people, I don't know, playing or dancing like the Three of Cups. Over here, you have butterflies. Here, there's a woman on a lion. That's the Strength card to me. Here you have a man and a woman on a horse. There's so much luscious and abundance here in this card. Let me read it, because I mean, I could just tell you love's all around you, but there is a meaning and there are words in here that you absolutely need to hear. Okay. So there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Look around and recognize that love is showing itself to you always. It comes in the smile on a stranger's face, simple acts of kindness, and the warm sun in a blue sky. Life is wonderful. How lucky you are to be so loved. If you feel you need a little more love, look around you. Take in all that is happening. Look at everything you've achieved. Feel love from family, neighbors, friends, coworkers, pets, or animals in nature. Can you feel the love? Think about the love in your life that you may not have noticed. Love comes in diverse shapes and varieties. Know who and what you love, and who and what loves you in return. A woman spins around with her arms out wide. The many images on her skirt, oh, it's her skirt, okay, of individuals, couples, and natures reflect her environment. Her open arms are a beautiful reminder to keep an open heart and mind. Love is around you always. I love that. See, and this demonstrate love is number 48, which is 12. So that's the hangman and the empress, right? Because you could take 12 as it is, being the hangman, not taking the necessary steps, but also getting a different perspective. And there's a level of sacrifice also that the empress has been doing. This card here is number 18. I think 18 is the moon. 8 and 1 come to 9, which is hermit. And we've seen some of that hermit energy here. And this is about embracing your emotions and not being in the darkness of it, and allowing things that are hidden to surface. Allow those emotions that you've been afraid to express, that caring, that devotion, that wanting to commit, the deep penetrating love that you have for another person. Don't be afraid to express it, because honestly, in the end, that love is about you and it is a reflection of you. You're not to be ashamed of your love. You're not to be ashamed of having emotions that are loving. Okay? That's 16 is a tower. The 6 and 1 again reduced to 7. 7 is chariot. Chariot is action. We have 3 7s in this reading, right? Because it's that reparenting. It is also the creativity card. And then again, this has reduced to 7. I'm super hot. I'm super hot right now. And the other one that I wanted to read was from the Journey of Love. If you want to know the decks that I'm using in this reading, they'll either be in the description or at the end of the reading. Not sure how I'm going to do this artistically yet, but I just have an idea as to how I want to do the cards. I like that, actually. Can I please have a card as we prepare to close off this reading, a card that speaks to all that we've learned in this reading today? How beautiful. Do you understand the purpose? like the initial you being in the eye of the artist, in the ethers who put the two of you together to learn about yourselves, to learn about one another, to create something new, to create. The artist is a creator. It's also about your creativity and walking through that portal and the abundance that waits, and you coming in from the cocoon stage to a full-fledged butterfly in truth and in love, and sharing the love that you have for yourself, for Source, for God, Mother God, Father God, and for your partner. I'm gonna keep shuffling because, okay. Please provide the right card for this reading. This one. Seed of the heart. Look at all that communication and love. Seed of the heart. Oh my gosh, it's number 25. It's number 7 again. Oh, where's this book? 25. All right. It says here, hold on. Okay. Let's do it like this. Is that better? Within each one of us is a divine seed of love waiting to blossom into fullness. We don't always know what type of blossom we shall be, however, and sometimes if we try to figure it out in advance, the blossom itself can cause us anxiety, pain, fear, because it is taking us in an unknown, unexpected direction. Are you listening to this message right now? We may even fear that the direction we are heading is away from our life path and purpose, as if that were even possible. The seed of the heart arises as guidance when we are unfolding in a new manifestation of the light divine within. It comes as encouragement to trust, surrender, and allow us to be open, unthinking, and ready for the unexpected as possible. A plant just needs the right conditions to grow healthy. And if you ever seen a blade of grass pushing up through a crack in a pavement, then you'll know that when something is meant to grow to the light, it will do so even against the most apparently insurmountable odds. And as I'm reading that, I think of the divine feminine and I think of the divine masculine. Do you understand that? The sun is still going to reach through. No matter how insurmountable things look, the sun is still going to reach through. It says here, this oracle brings you guidance. The right conditions are being brought to you. The most perfect support for your own divine blossoming. Trust. Know that the seed in your heart knows how to grow and life supports it. It is also a sign that something in your relationship is sprouting a new energy. Don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now as your life energy supports it. This is, I hope this video gets a lot of views. This needs to be seen. Somebody out there needs to understand why they've been going through and have gone through what they've gone through. Somebody out there needs to understand why they've been feeling the way they've been feeling. I pulled that. I don't think there's any need for archetypes in this reading. It's very clear, especially once the distorted masculine and feminine came out. I was speaking to that. That's why I like the archetypes, because it pulls things out, but they popped out on their own. They didn't waste any time. Is there anything else? Okay. Unshakable peace. We'll do that one. Unshakable inner peace. peace. Unshakable inner peace. 3. All right. Look, the universe rewards motion. Forgiveness will set you free, both for yourself, for the disappointments and the prayers that you think God didn't answer, and the way in which you feel towards your person. And then come together. We need each other. This is number 44. Again, 8, that's strength. This is 14. That's 5. That's the Hierophant. That's number 27. Again, 9, Hermit. A reminder to come out of your shell. This Hierophant, number 5, is sometimes seen as institutional or religious, and it's interesting or spiritual that forgiveness will set you free. What do you need to forgive yourself for? What guided action can you take today? And where have you been separating yourself or pushing against others and the world? Because now the environment is being created in the seed of the heart so that you can come together. Woo! Remember in the reading I said what you are seeking is also seeking you? I'm just going to do a super attractor card for you. What is seeking you is seeking you too. What is seeking you? Come on. What is seeking you is seeking you too. Can I please have a card to close this reading off with? And out came, slow down and listen to guidance that's available to me. One more? I need to stop. I'm hearing one more. Each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Amazing how those two came out for one another. And that's what you need to do, right? Get your direction, fall into alignment, trust your intuition. Oh, my dear people, thank you for this honor privilege to do this reading. Wow, and more wow. Wow. This was something else. I'm hearing, oh gosh, one last card. You know why? I know, because I want to give you something. I want to give you something to reinforce this reading as you make your way through. And so sometimes I would pull Angels Among Us card, but I feel that a nice, let's go back a bit, sorry. There. A nice little, there. Animal card from the Untamed Elemental. Just something to, I shouldn't say animal because it's not just animals in the stack, but an animal will come out. I'm going to say that. Just to remind you of this reading, to remind you of this message. That's one. one do you want me to take? So I got the star. And I got the crane. Funny. That's interesting. I don't know yet if there's any correlation. We'll see when I read it. But the star is up here. This listening to the guidance, there's a crown, there's a star, this is above. There's lots of stars here. And then here, each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. And then we have a crane here who seems to me to be pointing their beak upwards. We will see. We will see if there's any correlation here for you. So, where's the crane? All right. Oh, the star. Maybe I should start with that. Where is that? So it says here the star, divine guidance. He adorns the indigo night like phosphorescent pearls, transforming a directionless abyss with his radiating pinpoints of supernatural guidance. Stars' embroidered constellations are the embodiment of self-reliance, helping you navigate toward your own bright future. Star appears when the path is obscured and you need a nudge in the right direction. When you ask for guidance, the universe will certainly answer. Listen and look for the clues that are offered. There is always a way through. Spend time under the stars at night and let them remind you that you are beloved, that you are a beloved member of the cosmos, one who shines among many. And I just said to you, look, there's all these little stars here, blah, 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 okay? And so your job here is to have the ability to discern true guidance. And when you don't have true guidance, you're pulled in a myriad of directions, which is why you're being told to slow down and allow yourself to be guided on this path and to trust. Again here, in order to bring in balance, it's saying reconnect with the sun's cycle, wake up at dawn, and keep your day flowing organically without hesitation. So wherever you are in this world, I don't know, I almost want to say to you, we have had 4 7s in this reading, 4 of them. So I'm going to say to you, for the next 28 days, I want you to wake up at dawn. Wake up at dawn. If you can make it out to when the sun is rising and peaking and starting a new day, do that. But for the next 28 days, with gratitude in your heart and asking for guidance, asking for the sun to reveal to you what is in the shadows, to what the steps that you need to take. Because we already know that when we ask, it will come. Next 28 days, you're waking up at dawn. You hear me? Figure out wherever it is for your time zone, wherever you're hearing this message. Okay, let's get to the crane. Golden hues cut through the black night. Isn't that amazing? We just finished talking about the star and the sun coming up, and now, Okay, golden hues cut through the black night, imbuing the wetlands with suggestions of paradise. The morning light, oh my God, like, come on. We just talked about getting up at dawn, and this crane is talking about the morning light. It breaks over this austere terrain. It is home to the prestigious mystic prince of all birds, crane. He is a faithful mate and fills the ready hollowness of the world with his devotion. You are learning and you are receiving a faithful mate who is devoted. Did we not talk about commitment here? He is streamlined and substantial, electrified in his longevity. Crane's stamina soars on his extravagant outstretched wings, his lengthy migration, they fly a long way, eh? This has been a long road for you, a long flight of ups and downs, a lot of lotus moments, if you will, both under the murky water and above the water. I'm reading this, it's not in the book, I'm saying this to you. His lengthy migration, thunderous calls, and grand physical stature are indications of a life lived with phosphorescent gusto. Hold on a second. Phosphorescent. Phosphorus. Phosphorescent. Let me just log in here because I have my Google undone. Phosphorescent. Like, isn't that light? Phosphor, how are they spelling that? Where did I see it? Phos, P-H-O-S, P-H-O-R, E-N-T. Yeah, when exposed to the light. Do you hear me? Ooh, this is something right here. This is something right here. The crane invites you to go the distance, and for this he offers blessings. I missed it. Crane's stamina soars on his extravagant outstretched wings. His lengthy migrations, thunderous calls, and grand physical stature are indications of a life lived with phosphorescent gusto. I go on the internet, and phosphorescent is saying it's a type of photoluminescence related to fluorescence when exposed to the light. So when you are exposed to the light for a period of time, it is enduring the heat, it's saying here. The heat is being endured. I'm going deeper here. I didn't expect all this. This phosphorescence happens. So fluorescence is, it looks bright during the day, but not so much in the night. You hear what I said? Fluorescent is that it's bright during the day, but not so bright in the night. Do you know what phosphorescent is? It is so bright in the night because it has absorbed whatever it needed to absorb during the day, such as sunlight. So the pigment glows in the dark after being exposed to the light. It glows in the dark after being exposed to the light. Distorted feminine, distorted masculine, inner child, right? The star shines brightly at night because it takes the light that it was exposed to during the day and is a lamp to your feet to show you the way, because you don't see the stars in the daytime. You see them at night. So the crane invites you to go the distance, and for this he offers blessings of longevity. By making the decision to see something all the way through. I already told you when we started this reading, we started with commitment, right? We started with commitment. From commitment, we went to dating. And then came the distorted masculine, accompanied by the distorted feminine, because that's a shadow element, right? Then we got reparenting yourself. So all of these things, here's a word. Here's a word. All of these things, hold on, where's the creativity? Have allowed you to collect so that you can shine in the night, because you've been through all these instances during the day. Same with the lotus. Look here, this flower. The lotus makes its way in the murky water and grows, and that is the environment that it thrives in. And what do you get on the other side? You get beauty. But you don't get the beauty without the ashes, and you don't have ashes that can't be enjoyed and contrasted against the beauty. It is the light and the dark that create the new thing. You understand that? That's that Three of Cups element. That Three of Cups element here. There's cooperation among all of your parts. The crane. And the star. How beautiful this is. How beautiful this is. Let me finish this reading. Oh my gosh. By making the decision to see something all the way through, you are choosing to fill hollow areas with your love and devotion. And we already talked about this part here, about love being everywhere. Demonstrate love. Hold on, that's not the card that I wanted, but it's still accurate. This is the card. Love is all around you. Oh my gosh. You are choosing completeness. Remember I told you, you start off in the feminine energy, you switch to the masculine. This way, it allows you to have a more fulsome understanding of your person, of their experience, how you would relate to them, how you can support them in their self-nurturing and their self-care, and how they're reparenting themselves. Because now you have understanding, you have kindness, led by love. Life responds to your commitment in kind by increasing your energy reserve, strengthening your nervous system, opening your heart center, and aligning you with the relationships and resources you require to fill your soul's sacred mission. I cannot get over this. I cannot get over this because I started this reading with, we're going to find out why you are connected with a partner that you got. That's how we started it. And it's because the two of you have a sacred mission. Holy crap. Wow. 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 Your action step is to take just a small project and finish it. You need to get into the habit of finishing what you started. Don't get me wrong. There are some things when we start that we realize this completely isn't for me, and there's nothing wrong with choosing yourself and doing what's right. But if you know in your heart that this is your person and this is where you're supposed to be, follow this through all the way. Bumps, bruises, ego, distortion, follow it through. Keeping your boundaries, keeping yourself protected and safe, operating in truth and light and integrity, yes. But my God, what is this? What is this reading? What is this? I am stunned. I am stunned. I am stunned. I'm doing the reading. I'm stunned. I am stunned how this whole thing came full circle. I am stunned with how the cards were correlating to the major arcana. These major movements that are going on in your life. The Emperor vibe, the Strength vibe, which is absolutely required to have longevity. The way in which by you start working on yourself and going deep into that Hermit vibe and excavating and learning is you assisting and helping your wheel of fortune to churn. And by taking the action steps of reparenting and loving yourself and making strong decisions, all of this so that you can make empowered decisions about love. Holy crap. And then when I pulled out the super attractor cards and how they aligned, how they lined up here with slowing down and getting guidance, and every time you tune into spirit you're going to get the right answers, and then out comes star, and then the crane with its phosphor effervescence or whatever the hell the freaking word was, and how you're taking in all these things because you are a beacon. You are a beacon. You are a beacon in the dark. And even when I think of the distorted masculine, feminine cards, and remember that sunlight that was coming down. You remember the sunlight? The sun is still coming. Because you're in a dark place taking in the sun so that you can shine at night. I'm going to go deeper with it. I'm going to go even deeper. We talked about perhaps the male being an oh. Remember in the reading earlier on, I guess hours ago at this point, I talked about how in Western culture, the masculine is considered the sun and the woman is the feminine. But look at it. Look how this plays out. In this instance, the man would be fluorescent because he's shining during the daytime. And the woman would be the phosphoeffervescence. Am I saying that right? Phosphorescence. Because she's taking in the dark to shine at night. And do you see how these are connected and correlated? Do you see how there's an intertwining? Do you see why there's commitment here? Do you see how and why that you guys assist one another in the evolution, in your expansion? Do you get that? Do you see that when you come back together and how you nourish one another? This is a nourishment because you're nourishing the seed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. I've done a lot of readings. A lot of readings. A lot of readings. A lot. And this one has me shook. I did a reading last night for my friend, for myself, because I felt I was being pushed by my masculine's energy to read. When I tell you I said certain cards were going to come out, and it's not me willing the cards. They showed up. I had 12 major arcana on that table, all telling a story about he and I. I said, if this is true and if he's the person, this card's going to come out. And it wasn't like I was left to 2 cards and only that, no, the card came out as the very last card to prove a point. As a matter of fact, a stack of them fell on the floor. And when I went through it, it was the 6 of Cups there staring at me as if God was saying, I told you. Now stop asking me the same damn thing over and over again. I done give you the answer. But oh my gosh. I'm so hot right now. I can't even tell you. I'm hot. I'm hot. I am hot. This, I can't wait to edit this for you. I cannot wait to edit this for you. I'm going to make a couple of shorts with it to hopefully, I don't want to keep, oh my goodness. People out there need this message. I think I needed this message. I did not know where this was going. I tell you, whenever I come to the table, I sit here, and sometimes the reading is slow because I don't know where we're going. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what I'm pulling. I'm just here to be guided and obedient. And look at the beauty when you're obedient. So at the beginning of the message, I said that this reading is starting off the way in which your life is going. And I want you to take this to see that when you're obedient and you trust yourself, you trust your instinct. Because remember, I wanted to stop. Imagine if I stopped the reading, you wouldn't have got this good blessing. You wouldn't have received this good word. You wouldn't hear this. If I followed me, but something said, no, take one more. No, take one more. No, take an abundance card. No, get the Untamed Elemental deck. No, take out the Journey of Love. No, take out, what's the other deck? Whispers of Love. No, like, keep taking them out because there was more to be said. There was more to be said. And look at all the colors here on the screen. Isn't this gorgeous? This is lovely. There is abundance and beauty and joy waiting for you. Simply make the moves, take the action, follow your divine guidance, and all will be well. Remember, where's that card? Where is it? I slow down and listen to the guidance available to me. Why? Why are we slowing down and listening to the guidance that's available? Hold on, it's here somewhere. Where is that? Where's that card? Come on, come on, come on. You're here. Here. This is it. I slow down and listen to the guidance available to me. Why? Because each time I choose to tune into the spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. I just demonstrated that for you. My reading is a demonstration for you. The interruptions in my reading, part of me doesn't even want to remove them. Me going to the laundry, me grabbing something to eat, my kids interrupting me. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm not going to remove them because for those of you who decide to sit through this reading, this is for you. And for those of you that chose to leave, oh well. For those of you who sat through the reading, the interruptions, me getting laundry, I think I had to get up twice, right? 2 or 3 times. Getting food, talking to my son, talking to my daughter, all of that, I'm leaving it all in the reading. I'm not taking it out. I'm going to leave it in. This is a test for those of you who are committed and have longevity. because this is a beautiful word for those of you that stayed to receive it. And for those of you that don't, maybe you have to learn to stop geeking out near the end. Maybe you got to be able to sit through some turbulence to get to the good stuff. Because my friend, this right here was good stuff. Woo! Woo! This was a reading. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got to get off. I'm super hot. I'm sweating. This was a word. This was a word. This is a revelation. And there are people that need to hear it, and only the ones that watch from tip to tail get it. That's it. That's it. I'm being told to tell you that. I'm not telling you that so I can get, whatever readings or whatever these watch hours, whatever the hell they call it. No. This is a special message for a special few. Those who can endure. I have spent 2 hours and 50 minutes of my time putting this reading together. You don't owe me, but you surely owe yourself. And on that, I'm going to go. And I'll see you next time. Be blessed and be a blessing.
You feel that